Hello there. Hang on. Wrong one. That's the one. Okay. Let's see. What has happened since I last streamed, which hasn't been that long? Trying to avoid controversial topics as best as possible. Not because I have nothing to say about it. It's just I just don't have the energy for it. Let's see. I didn't catch up with my friend yesterday. I have no idea where he was yesterday. But I texted him a couple of hours ago saying, "Hey, I hope you're okay." And he said, "Yeah, I'm okay. We'll talk tomorrow." And I was like, "All right, sounds good." I have my theories, but I better not talk about it on stream. Actually, let's see what else has been happening. Still having a crack at Braid. I do want to finish it just because to me it's like a waste of money if I don't finish the games that I play. But I need to do more research into the games that I play from now on, just because I sort of went with Braid just because I heard that it was a subversive take on Mario, which and I don't know, maybe there was more to the actual gameplay. It's fine. I just could be more. I guess I don't know. I guess I was afraid that this was going to happen where I guess I don't know. I have this urge to replay Baldur's Gate 3. That's my problem right now. Is I just want to keep playing Baldur's Gate 3. Because I just really like it. It's but I really should just have a break from it for a little bit, just for a little bit. Because it could be a problem. I'm sure if I kept playing it, eventually I would get sick of it, probably. But yeah, I've been downloading some mods for it. That way it feels a little bit different each time. I've gotten the Prince of the Gate mod. I got a mod for that changes the appearance of Karlach just a little bit. But I can't seem to get the Gritty Reshade mod, which I really wanted to get, but I can't seem to get that. So I think I read this yesterday. Yeah, we haven't read this part yet. Okay. So this is where we're supposed to be. What else has been going on? Let me just get the chat up real quick. See if anyone's here. Yeah, we haven't read this part yet. Okay. Hello. I do not open. Hope you are well. Let's see. Yeah, I can't. Let's see. Oh, that's right. There was one controversy that happened this week that I thought that gave me something to think about. So there's this streamer called Kingsman. He's like a small streamer, or he was a small streamer. Now I think he's blown up all of a sudden because he was doing a Marvel's Rival tournament. I haven't played Marvel Rivals myself yet. I don't know if it's an MMO or if it's just an RPG game. But it seems that you can play it with multiple players. So it must be an MMO, right? I don't know. Anyways, there was a tournament for that. Apparently there was 40 grand on the line for it. Let's see. My parents hosted a party. I felt a bit nervous having to talk to authors and such. I mostly hid upstairs. Oh, you were so you were at some sort of author dinner. What kind of authors are we talking about, if I might ask? Are you hiding upstairs right now to get away from all that? Yeah, so the was one of the authors Andrew Hussey? That would be very interesting. Let's see. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so this Marvel Rivals thing. So basically, he was offering, because he's in college and he wanted to win the 40 grand because it would be very helpful for him. And of course, it would be split, among his teammates. Apparently, his team didn't really care about the money, so they didn't really care about winning. And he was like, so they kept losing, and he was just suggesting ways that they could do better, and they just kind of bullied him and then dobbed him in to the tournament people, and then he was kicked out of the tournament. But the thing is, like, people saw the stream of this and were like, that's so wrong. And one of them, she sort of said that, oh, this guy has only played games his entire life, and he needs to go outside. And I was just like thinking, I thought that was really funny because, like, I'm the perfect example of somebody who, to counter this, because, like, I grew up not being allowed to play games. I never owned a PS4, I never owned an Xbox, I never owned a Sega, I never owned any of that stuff growing up at all. It's only in my late 20s, I think, I'm trying to remember, I must have been 20, I couldn't have been any younger than 27 when I finished my first game, which was Final Fantasy 1. Because I think when I was either 27 or 28, I was like, it occurred to me like, oh, I could actually get into games. I should do that. Because I was like, oh, right, I can just, like, buy games. And then, cause that's right, I think that year I got my iPad, and I realized, like, I could buy games on my iPad and I could play them. That's how that sort of started for me. Now I have a PC to get even more into it. So what that girl was saying about, like, oh, this guy is a loser because he's only played games his entire life. Like, I don't think my life was particularly enriched by the fact that I didn't play games at all my entire life. Like, I don't think that it makes you a better person at all. It doesn't. And, I just thought that was incredibly arrogant of that person. And, like, I'm keen to play Baldur's Gate 3. And I know that my run with Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't that great. Now that I've completed it, I'm like, I know that there's a lot more that I'm missing out on that I don't, in terms of strategy. And that's why I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 with my friend so that he can teach me things that I don't know. So yeah, that's alright, David Sedaris. You're still hiding upstairs, oh dear. Well, I'm glad I could keep you company. David Sedaris, I'm trying to, what would he have written? Let me look this up. Who's this David Sedaris person? David Sedaris. Okay, so he's is he a comedian or an author? Oh wait, he's a comedic essayist, it seems. Let's see. Author, okay, yeah, American humorist, comedian, author, and radio contributor. Okay. Let's see. He wrote a book called Naked. Interesting. Well, it sounds like you've got a very interesting person at your place at the moment. But I guess you're not much of a crowd person. But that's okay. Instead, you can hang out with me, and we can listen to me reading this modern epic. I do think that this could be considered an epic. I'm not sure. I don't know what the genre elements of an epic include. Let's look this up. What counts as an epic? What counts as an epic? Yeah, I was telling my friend one time that, because we don't really consider ourselves to be like introverts necessarily, but we don't really like big party crowds or anything, but we do like to be around people, and not just like one-on-one necessarily. And I sort of said that you can't really have a conversation with people when there's like more than 5 people. Like, you can have a conversation with 4 people. You can't, like, once you get up to 5, that's when things get a little bit uneven. That's what I think anyway. So yeah, it's been and I'm sort of basing that on the podcast Trash Taste. I think they literally talked about it at one point where they said that 3 hosts was the perfect amount for like conversation just between 3 of them. If it was just 2, it would have been a bit like not as interesting. And I do think that 3 does make a difference in their case. And then the 4th conversationist is, of course, whoever the guest is. And they don't always have guests, but they usually do have guests. And I think that it's just perfectly balanced that way. I'm not sure how else to explain that, how to justify it. It's just, all I know is that it works that way. Let's see. I think it fits under the epic. Yes. Let's talk about this. Okay. Well, let's. Okay, the epic genre. How do we? Let's see. Elements. Okay. So it needs to be of a certain length. It has been well established that narrative works of extreme length can be considered epics. The exact length is less important than the relative length within its medium. For example, with poetry, the distinction is made between epics and lyrics. Okay. So, I mean, I think we can safely say that Homestuck is unusually long, and therefore it could be considered. Therefore, it does meet that criteria. Style. Originating once again from the style of the ancient epic, a certain level of seriousness is expected in the prose of something considered an epic. Put another way, to achieve the grandiosity typical of an epic, distance must be created from the story for the reader via the style of the prose. To further this, the work must be high quality within its medium, again to evoke epicness. I would argue that Homestuck does meet that in a way. Though I also think that, so there's a lot of I wouldn't really say that the prose of, when it does do prose as opposed to dialogue, the prose of Homestuck, it's not so much it's very straightforward. It's just like, here's what happened, and it almost feels like reading clinical notes, where it's like being almost like it's just trying to be as objective as possible, where it's like very descriptive, like, here's what happened. And then a lot of the humor is more so in the dialogue itself, most of the time. But at the same time, you could say earlier on that might not have been the case, but that has become the case over time. So I'd say maybe the style is in a gray area, so we'll say that that's a gray. Let's see, epic hero. Epics are thought as representative of a culture and a community. Yes, yes. So I already think Homestuck fits into this category. And something which defines a social identity. A social identity. Social identity is the portion of an individual's self-concept derived from perceived membership in a relative social group. Okay, I guess like the main four kids, their social identity is 13-year-olds who are probably on the younger side of millennials, I think. That could be, no, that can't be right. Or is it? I don't know. They're either really young millennials or really old Gen Zs. Yeah, so either way, that's their social identity, and they are very much shaped by how they interact on the internet. Okay. Thus, the epic hero is the individual representative of that. The hero is often righteous or moralistically good. Yeah. Especially in ancient epic, yeah. The hero is the vehicle by which the epic's long, difficult narrative must be carried. They must therefore be a strong, distinct, memorable character. I definitely think that they're all rather distinct and memorable. Are they strong? It depends on what you mean by strong. Like, they're not physically strong, but I do think they have I do think that they're very determined characters. They are very motivated characters, so you could say that they're strong in that way. Hi, Vriska Aradia. Thank you for coming in. It rarely acknowledges them and their relationship to the story. Alright then. So, Vriska, I'm not sure when you came in, but I'm just here trying to figure out if Homestuck meets the criteria of an epic. Okay, mythos. An epic tends to draw upon existing narratives, okay, specifically within the community or culture it represents. I feel like it kind of created its own culture over time, its own subculture over time. I think that's kind of, as opposed to drawing on anything that was pre-existing, though, I don't know. Does it meet the... Let's not go into Joseph Campbell's ideas for stories. This can be thought of as the mythos of the epic. Okay. Yeah, okay. What would the mythos of Homestuck be? In ancient epics, this was often existing published works. In the modern context, many narratives that could be considered epic have developed their own mythos, such as with comic book franchises, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, which goes so far as to develop multiple novel languages for their mythos. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't have to be like something that already exists anymore. It's just like, This creative mythos could still, however, be argued to be drawing upon existing, communities, Themes. Themes within an epic are reflected in the relationship between the epic hero and the epic setting. It definitely has epic... I would say that it has epic settings. It's not just one setting that Homestuck has. It has many settings. And like it all starts off as like regular America, suburbia, and then like it just becomes this apocalyptic game thing and then there's all these other worlds within worlds. There's like the little micro worlds and alien places, and the concerns of an epic are greater than the individual hero's concerns. Yes, the grandiosity extends to the conflict, and the concern of the epic is the concern of the entire world within the narrative. Yep, okay. So I am convinced that Homestuck is in fact an epic. It meets all of the... It definitely meets all of these the elements in one way or another. So yeah, okay. Case closed. I think Homestuck is the creator of its own mythos. Yes, I definitely agree with that. All right. Well, I think I've jibber jabbered on enough. So let's get into my favorite thing ever, dialogue. Homestuck dialogue. It looks like tonight we will have to break our truce, or at least suspend it. Hope you don't mind. How do you figure that? Because tonight we will play a game together. For the first time in, I don't even know, forever. The truce wasn't about playing games together, dummy. It was about not stabbing each other in the back anymore and stopping the endless cycle of revenge, and above all, not using your powers to hurt people who don't deserve it. Okay, so this is Terezi, right? And this is Arachnid Grip is Vriska, right? I hope I'm remembering that correctly. Okay. Man, you like to give me such a hard time about all that. I can't catch a break. Sorry, I almost thought I misread that as freak. I can't catch a freak. Okay. Can't you see I'm trying to put all that behind me and make amends with everybody? No, of course you can't see that. What am I saying? Yeah, I think I got it. It's hard to believe you with all the lying you've done. Your blueberry bubblegum words still smell pretty good, but your deceit stinks. Aww. I'll prove it to you. I'm giving Aradia a present that will make her feel all better finally. Then I'll be in the clear. Phew, totally redeemed. You'll see. I mean smell. I don't know why you're bothering trying to help her. She won't care. Whatever it was you did to her, I think you broke her brain, and it's so terrible. Man, why can't you cut me some slack for once? It's not like I even did anything that bad to you. I lost 7 eyes, but you only lost 2. 7 eyes, okay. I would say you came out ahead in the bargain. Yeah, but you've still got 1 eye, so that's 1 more eye than she's got. I know, and actually, I never really got the chance to thank you. Your sarcasm really stings when your stings when I am just trying to be nice. Okay, I guess I deserve it. I'm serious though, but I don't expect you to get that. Fine, be that way. But you shouldn't sit there and pretend we're so different. Remember Team Scourge? How convenient all that must be. Remember how convenient all that must be to have forgotten. You were so nasty. Oh man, if you crossed Terezi Pyrope, you were fucked. Terezi Pyrope. Yeah, if you were a bad guy, we were supposed to be like a vigilante duo dispensing justice. And you could take the bad guys home and feed them to your stupid spider, and instead you just fed her everybody and lied and lied and lied. Yeah, those were the days. I mean, days full of mistakes and regret. Sure. But it was still a lot of fun, watching you dismantle huge teams of floppers with nothing but politics and head games, without even using any special powers. Wow, meh. Come on. What do I have to do here? I don't know. Well, if you want to know what I think, you should start changing your tune. Because even though you got all these highfalutin morals and fancy reservations, you know as well as me that a killer is a killer is a killer. There ain't no changing your ways for good. And one day, you're going to flail that silly little cane of yours and not find nothing to buy. That 8's so annoying. And fall face first into shit again. And you're going to do something terrible to somebody and wish you could take it back, but you can't. And then you'll work hard to win back their trust, and you'll try and I don't know. And you'll see how hard it is. You'll see. I doubt it. You'll see. I am whispering that, and it is echoing ominous. You'll see. You'll see. Oh, will you can it, circuit. Ha 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 ha. Ceased trolling. Began trolling. Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was what? There was a loud noise outside my hive. It sounded like an explosion. Wow, really? And then another one. And now something that sounds like an avalanche. Well, if I had to guess, I would say it was probably 2 explosions and then an avalanche. That dumbass is probably punching robots again. Oh, that guy, yeah. I will go outside and look. Okay, try not to get burned or crushed to death or anything. That would be awful. You got it. And much earlier than that. Who's this little gremlin? Oh, this is the one that really likes her dinosaurs, right? How is he? Okay. He can't talk though. Probably never will. Maybe he could be fixed with robo-prosthetics if you didn't mind getting help from. No, neither he or I should have ever had anything to do with those hateful snobs. It was a big mistake. No offense. That's okay. I'm a little too teal for their tastes anyway. I don't see why they'd lift a finger to help him. They hate us both so much. I'm so mad. I hope you're not thinking of doing anything in retaliation. It'll end badly. You should let me handle it. Yeah, I would definitely trust Terezi to handle it because she's very... Not because I think she's trustworthy, but because she's capable. I'm not scared of her. She can't control me. She's tried. It doesn't work. I know, but trust me, if you piss her off, she'll find a way to get you. This is really tricky. Just let me deal with it. But it was my fault. I was distracted when I could have helped him. I was too. We were both distracted by the same thing. Yeah. Who was he anyway? Pretty sure it was Vriska's friend. What was he doing there? Watching us. Who knows? He's not really her friend though. You should see how he talks about her behind her back. She has no idea how bad he's playing her. But then I don't think he knows how bad she's playing him either. See, it's complicated. You really need to stay out of it and let me deal with this. I guess so. I feel powerless sitting here, doing nothing though. It's like she wins even if you get her back. Don't think of it that way. I know how to stop her, trust me. I guess our gaming days are over then. Us four at least. Yep, I'm pretty much done with her. Damn, that felt real. Alright, so this is like a windmill. Oh yes, this girl, but she's not a ghost. She is real. That's right, and that guy had well, we won't reflect upon that horrible thing we read yesterday. It's probably best to listen to the advice of your friend, and yet the voices are as lucid as ever. They urge you to make her pay. Oh. Make her pay. Alrighty, yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. What's happening? It's a shame it had to come to this. You don't like summoning the spirits of the dead to settle scores. But if she had to face her victims again, maybe she'd finally learn to feel remorse. Yeah. Man, Aradia was so different when she was alive. Yeah, she looks it. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're going after Vriska. Let me just save this image. Vriska, answer white text guy. White text guy. Oh man, I can't see a bloody thing. Okay. Well, what? I'm surrounded by ghosts and kind of freaking out about it. I know. I'm asking what you intend to do about it. I don't know. I guess I will just curl into a little ball and cry and hope they go away. Is that what you want to hear, you sick fuck? God damn it. Okay. Aren't you going to kill her? Who? Your friend. The one who summoned the spirits. Will that make them go away? Does it matter? She brought them here to torment you. This obviously warrants revenge. You know you're going... You know you're going to anyway. You won't be able to help yourself. Sorry. I don't have to do shit. Maybe I don't mind ghosts. Maybe they'll be great company once I get used to them. That's alright, I'm just gonna highlight this. Okay. No, they are terrifying you. There's only one thing to do. Okay, so why don't you kill her? Be my guest. Wow, thanks for offering. What a pal. That's not how I work. Oh, really? Well, you seem pretty excited about killing Tavros too. And even helped. So I guess that is how you work after all. Not really. All I did was stand somewhere for a few minutes. I just gave you an opportunity to do something you wanted to do anyway. You hated him, remember? I know I did. I still do. I guess. I don't know. But I was never gonna kill these people. They were like off limits, I guess. These games were just supposed to be fun and served no other purpose. They were serving a very important purpose. Yeah, okay, you getting off on talking a girl into killing her buddies sure is so important, loser. Wow. There are some people who do that. I'm not going to say which stories that come to mind. Again, I didn't talk you into anything, nor am I doing so now. You were and are going to do this regardless. I only ever place myself into positions of tangential involvement with events that will bring about my employer's entry into this universe. Ooh. I oversee the events as they take place, and ever so slightly nudge them into motion when necessary. I'm beginning to think you really believe that. So delusional. You're just a pathetic, lonely gamer who buys into his own character profile BS. The omniscient have no need for beliefs and no room for delusion. You're the dumbest omniscient person I've ever met. Sure, you know a lot, but I know for a fact there's stuff you don't know. That's true, but the gaps in my knowledge exist by design. There are the pillars of shadow on which my comprehensive vision is built, necessary pockets of void meant to effectuate outcomes I've foreseen and which will require my influence. Each dark pocket in time will be filled, but I wonder why I waste this nuance on you. Hang on. Because it takes one to know one. Because you need to add more blatant lies to patch up all the holes in your sad cover story. I don't lie. Perception is only necessary for those who like to achieve their objectives. I play my cards face up. Isn't it funny how during our various matches I can tell you what my moves will be in advance and still win? Let me guess. Sorry, I just had a thought just cross my mind. Is the white text guy Andrew Hussey? That's my theory. Yeah, but I'm getting closer to beating you. You'll see. Look at that. The short amount of time I have reserved for arguing with a child has expired. I will go, but maybe you're right. Maybe you are a person with free will and you won't kill your friend. What do I know? Enjoy your haunting. So, okay, there's an anime that I really love called Princess Tutu. The joke with its fan base is that it's the manliest anime because, which I understand why people call it the manliest anime. Like, because a lot of guys like it for specific reasons. The fact that it's like, it is like, even though it's like a magical girl, that's also a magical girl story where, it's got a lot of ballet in it and it's, very shoujo. The reason a lot of guys like it is because it is a darker take on the magical girl genre, and it's got a lot of philosophy. It's got a lot of existential stuff, and it has a lot of like meta stuff in it for what it's doing with its story. What it's doing with fairy tales. But the reason I'm a bit skeptical about. I don't like to assume that women wouldn't also like stories that do that, because they obviously do. Like there's it's not, they obviously, like, women do like stuff like that. I'm just saying that guys tend to be surprised when they like Princess Tutu, including me. So in Princess Tutu, the story starts off with it's basically about a fairy tale that wasn't finished because the author died. And the ghost of the author, he's still kind of continuing the story, but he's not able to, like, the story is kind of working independently of him now that he's dead, but he's still trying to influence the story by giving the powers of, I don't know, a magical ballet powers to a single duckling that existed in the story, someone who shouldn't have been a character, just an NPC in the character, in the story. And so she's able to transcend the story from being a duckling to being a magical girl in the story, and is able to let me just find out if I'm still live. Am I still live on YouTube? Because my OBS did disconnect, so I would assume that I would have been taken down. I mean, I hope I've been reconnected. Let's find out. Because usually when this happens, the YouTube stream just goes down. If anyone's here, let me know if the stream is okay. Well, it says I'm live on YouTube somehow. Let me just go to a commercial break. Oh, hi. Okay, so you're still there. Good, good. Maybe there's just a lag on this chat that I'm watching. Okay. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh, that was scary. That was really scary. Okay, where was I? Okay, look at that. Oh, yes. And enjoy your haunting. Okay. Vriska, make her pay. Make her pay. Oh, so she had like 7 eyes in the one eye. That's such a bug-like feature. Trollian. Of course he's right. Not much point in living with all these moaning spooks just to spite some guy you don't give a shit about. But how to go about it? Can't control her. It can be difficult to manipulate the mind of the psychically gifted. Let's see who else is here. See who else is there. Terezi? Forget about it. What about that guy? Nah, her, nope, not him either. How about, so she's trying to find the weakest link. How about this guy? Unfortunately, you can only control him about half the time. Then again, that should be all the time you need. Okay. Alright, here we go. Radia. What? Nice trick with the ghosts and all. Man, you got me pretty good. I'd rather not talk to you. Fair enough. Just wanted to say, I'm sorry. That's all. I'm not the one you should apologize to. Yeah, I know. I'll make it up to him someday. Don't worry. Anyway, hey, guess what? I've got a message for you from your boyfriend. Ooh. Damn, that came across as very personal. What? Now what? He's outside your hive right now, not falling for it. Take a look. I don't see anything out there. Well, okay, I'm just the messenger. If you want to risk missing him, then suit yourself. Loser. Wait, so... was that her way of saying, ha ha, you don't have a boyfriend? Okay, I've been reconnected again. Oh, God, okay. Yeah, it seems like the stream seems to be of low quality today. I hope I'm still live on YouTube. I've never had an unsuccessful Homestuck stream before. All my Homestuck streams have gone well, but I guess it is, I don't know, I have a bad feeling that today's stream might get taken down on YouTube because of, I don't know why, sometimes the YouTube streams go down when I'm gaming, and I have to, but then it's still fine on Twitch for some reason. Let's see, I'm moving to Twitch. It's probably, it's probably good to do that as a preemptive measure. Yeah, just in case something bad happens. Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a touchy situation, multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, but mostly on YouTube's end. Once again, I don't know if it's a YouTube problem, an OBS problem, or a Restream problem. I haven't been able to figure it out. It's unfortunate. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, nice picture. I really like her horns. I like curly horns like that. It must be a trick. He surely would have told you if he was making the trip all the way out here from his hive stem. So she does have a boyfriend. Right? Hard to say. Is that her boyfriend? Solux. Ah, Solux is her boyfriend. Gotcha. What's up with him? He's flashing. Arrived Ursi Megiddo, huh? What's about to happen? Be the white text guy. Who's the white text guy? Who is this? Is it John? Who is this guy? Oh my god, I'm so invested. Okay. You try to be the white text guy, but fail to be the white text guy. No one can be the white text guy except for the white text guy. Is it Andrew Hussey? Come on. The white text guy is known as Doc Scratch. Okay. He is an officer of an indestructible demon known as Lord English. Okay, that's not hyperlinked. Lord English. His job is to pave the way for the arrival of his master, who will be summoned upon the termination of the universe. Oh, I understand now why people recommended this as an alternative as an alternative recommendation for people who wanted to read. Because I've mentioned this before that back in the day I was really into Gravity Falls, and that kind of got me on the whole chasing certain intricate cartoons, you know. And when I finished Gravity Falls, people recommended things like Stranger Things as an alternative recommendation, Infinity Train, Adventure Time, Star vs. the Forces of Evil once that came around. What else did they recommend? And of course they recommended Homestuck. And this sort of stuff right now that's coming out reminds me a lot of Bill Cipher. I'm not going to spoil what the deal with Bill Cipher is, but yeah, he basically wants to eat everything, including the universe. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, we've been reconnected. Whew. Okay, so I don't think if there's any issues with the stream, it's not because of Restream, it's not because of YouTube, and it's not because of Twitch. I think it's OBS in this particular case, just because I've been seeing OBS saying disconnected, reconnected, so that's going on. But as far as I can tell, I'm still live on YouTube and Twitch. Where was I? This is a very exciting page to be reading. His master, who will be summoned upon the termination of the universe. He has worked at this task for many centuries and will continue to do so until the great undoing. Scratch is Alternia's thirst guardian. Every planet destined for intelligent life has... Okay, we've been reconnected. Oh, damn, why? I don't want these little technical interruptions coming in when I'm reading exciting things now. So did Solux die as well? Because I know that some of these characters, they don't exist in the future at a certain point. Like, I think only a couple of them are going to survive to troll the main four. And then some of these characters are going to die at some point. Now, where was I? Scratch is Alternia's thirst guardian. Who's Scratch again? Every planet. So this is Duck Scratch. We haven't seen Lord English. Solux did not die. Okay, that's good. But will any of them die? Facilitate the planet's ultimate purpose. A thirst guardian is typically almost as old as the planet itself, and each has a unique circuitous origin through the knots of paradox space. This is so complicated. They can be born into a great diversity of forms, though they all share a common, especially potent genetic sequence. The code grants them near omnipotence, and when merged with a host of great intelligence, their omniscience has as well. What will he do? It's up to him. All he can do is stand there and watch. Fascinating. Another thing this reminds me of, I didn't grow up watching any of the Transformers cartoons, the original 80s ones, and of course the Transformers the movie. I will probably watch Transformers the movie at some point just for the sake of that. But this kind of reminds me of like a plot point that happens in that movie that I'm aware of because I've seen videos about the Transformers movies. And I think Andrew Hussey probably is of that age group that did grow up with the Transformers, probably, even though there's been no Transformers references at all in Homestuck. But I don't know, I just thought, it could just be a coincidence. What was the bad guy in that show, in the movie called? Is he called Omnitron or something? And he just eats planets. And that's all he does. Will any of them die? My lips are sealed. Alright then. Okay. But yeah, I really like how this was written. All he can do is stand there and watch. It's like, He's just standing by. Oh my god, he's like, that's the whole planet. That's the whole, so this is the whole fucking planet that, no, that's not the planet. That's the whole universe that the aliens live on or something. What's he up to now? Hard to say since we're not telling him what to do. Guardians can never be told what to do, neither the omnipotent kind nor the ordinary kind who raise kids in houses. It's a universal law of reality. Looks like he's pondering over his next move in a game he is playing with some wicked troll girl down on the planet. He's pondering about... Okay, so he's pondering about... Okay. Usually these matches are no contest. I really do appreciate the mythology that's been built. I'll just give it a moment. It seems to just disconnect and reconnect on its own for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if I've been cutting out when that happens, but yeah. Hopefully it's not too disruptive. Okay. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Another thing this reminds me of is... what's it called? Gurren Lagann, one of my favorite anime of all time, Gurren Lagann, where... I won't spoil what happens in Gurren Lagann, but if you haven't seen Gurren Lagann, watch Gurren Lagann. Okay. Where was I? It's a universal law of reality. Looks like he's pondering over his next... But yeah, usually these matches are no contest, but he has been getting closer to beating him lately. But she has been getting closer to beating him lately, and he has no idea how this is possible. Uncertainty, though rare, is quite a troubling sensation for the omniscient. Okay. He's getting pester-chummed with a typewriter. That's hilarious. What's this? It appears someone is contacting him. More bothersome uncertainty. How is it this youngster is able to relay an unsolicited message? He doesn't even have an account name. Yeah, what's up with that? And I was wondering why he didn't have a username when he was talking to her. I was like, what's causing... He's just known as White Text Guy. Now he's known as Doc the Thirst Guardian or Doc Scratch. Hey, White Text Guy, I have a tip for you. Okay. How were you able to contact me? Never mind, I figured it out instantly. Really? Yes, through my limitless intellect. Occasionally I discover there are things I have not always known. It gives me the opportunity to make deductions, which are practically always flawless. It's gratifying. Okay. That's neat, I guess. You asked your clever friend with the colourful spectacles to trace the source of my messages. He then established a relay for your messages to reach this source through some sort of computational proxy. I gather he has recovered from his implementation as a weapon in the sabotage of your mutual friend, whom you both believe to be dead. Oh my god, white text guy, shut up. I'm trying to give you a message here. I have a name. It is not white text guy. Oh, what is it? I'm not going to tell you my name. Then why bring it up, motherfucker? But if you wish, you may refer to me as Mr. Vanilla Milkshake. You are so weird. He really is. Why would I do that? It is perfectly in keeping with a habit which you will develop in the future. I doubt it. Why? Sounds kind of silly and frivolous. Blah. Why do you keep derailing me? You're right. Solux is working with me and we have important business for you to consider. Wait, you said we believe our friend is dead. Is she not? Oh, so she's not dead. She just looked like a ghost at some point. Yes, I said you believe she is dead, and soon you will believe she is not. Both statements are true, and yet each exhibits a trace of falsehood. Okay. Sorry, for some reason I'm getting some sort of I'm not sure. For some reason I'm getting a cough, but it's not a sick cough. Why did I bother asking? No wonder she snapped. She's got to deal with your stupid riddles all the time. Anyway, can you just help me get revenge so we can all call it a night? Why would I involve myself in your paltry feud beyond the extent I already have? I believe the need to exert such influence has come to an end. Because you'll want to, when you hear what I have to say. I doubt it. Throwing the I doubt it back at her. Haven't you wondered how she can come close to beating you in games lately? Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't juiced it yet with your shiny white super brain. Shiny white super brain, indeed. Okay, time to highlight. It's disturbing. But sometimes that is the nature of these hollows in my perception. It feels a bit like dark water sloshing about the cavity in my head. What do you know of this? She's cheating. She always cheats if she can find a way. Lately, she's used the same advantage she uses against me when we play games. But she told me about it. She tells me lots of stuff like that, probably to rub it in my face, but she'd never risk telling you. What advantage is this? Hold on. I have to talk to your partner in crime for a second. I thought you were hers. Terezi, orchestrate demise of the wicked. Wait, so this is Terezi before she was blinded? Sorry, I just realized that. I got so sorry. I'm not very good at keeping up. It's hard to keep up with what Homestuck is doing a lot of the time. I apologize for being slow. Hang on. It says all we can do is stand there and watch. Not all he can do. Yeah, sorry. All we, I meant. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my mistake. Okay. Let's keep going. She went too far this time and she knows it. She's got to pay. Justice is long overdue. The only sad part is how easy it's going to be. It will take no skilled manipulator to orchestrate her downfall. She's a waste of your talents. Contact partner in crime. Yeah. Hey, Vriska, anything to say? No. About what? About killing her. Oh, man. Sorry, sorry about the stream disappearing like that. I'm just gonna if the stream's gonna cut out like that all the time, I might just end the stream early today and just hope for a better quality stream next week. Yeah, sorry if it's ending kind of early. I'm just worried about it is bothering me that the stream OBS keeps screwing up there, so, and it's just sort of I know, I'm sorry about that. I guess for me, like, it's bothering me, though, and it's just sort of distracting me from, being engrossed in the story, so, I know, I'm sorry, but, I hope to see you next week, though, and hopefully this problem won't be the case next week. This usually doesn't happen when I'm streaming Homestuck, because actually, you know what? I think I know what it is. It's probably because I'm using a VPN. I usually have the VPN turned off. That's probably what it is. But I can't say for sure if that's what it is. But it could be that. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully, maybe you can, let me see who's streaming right now. Maybe I could recommend a streamer for you. I hope, let's see, who's up right now. I can't, what is up? The mobile app sucks for this. Okay. Well, if MCAT Gaming is streaming, I highly recommend watching MCAT streaming gaming. She's really good. But yeah, it's worth a shot. Try getting rid of it. I don't know, because if I turn it off now, it tends to make things complicated. It's just best if I end the stream, and I'll just start again next week. It'll just make it simpler for me. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. It's just, yeah. Anyways, next week it is. Yep. All right. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and yeah, I'm gonna go get myself some lunch now. So yeah. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and bye for now.